Hello, welcome back. I am Veronica Mosha, a wedding officiant in New York City for over 12 years and also an elopement expert. I am the founder of Wedding Packages in New York City, and today I wanted to talk to you about picking your wedding officiant. So, to pick a wedding officiant, assuming that you want to have a wedding officiant, and you have decided very wisely not to go to City Hall to get married. Very good. I commend you. You shouldn't get married at City Hall. You should get an officiant. So getting a wedding officiant is pretty straightforward. It's an easy process. I think it can be a very enjoyable process. Most officiants are online, so this is how you pick them nowadays. And there's a couple of ways. You can either, what I would first do is Google, right? And I tell you why. The first thing you do is just Google wedding officiant NYC, wedding officiant in New York City. And if you want, you can even put something specific like, well, obviously I'm Spanish, so I have a lot of Spanish clients. So if you needed Spanish, you say Spanish wedding officiant, that would weave out all the non-Spanish speaking people. But if you needed, I don't know, you're looking for a religious ceremony or a secular ceremony, or you can, when you Google, you can be a little more detailed and a little more specific with your search. If you know what you want, or say wedding officiant in Queens or wedding officiant in, I would Google something very specific of, like, let's say you live in Olson Park, so you say Olson Park, and chances are the people that you're going to see in the search first will be officiants who are near you, nearby. Because what Google does, the first thing they do is they show you people that are in your area, right? Like the businesses from where you're searching. So I would do that first. Why I suggest that? Well, I speak from my own experience, and I think most trained and seasoned officiants will be like me. So if you find someone that's really close, you have a better chance at getting a good deal in the price, right? So if I have to officiate a wedding here in the house, in my courtyard, it's a lot better price than a wedding that I would do in Long Island. And perhaps the ceremony is pretty much the same, but the price, it's a lot higher if I have to travel for an hour, hour and a half to get there, and then another hour to come back, right? Versus just being right here. So for that reason, it gives you leverage. I would do a Google search first. Then, next thing I recommend is going to Wedding Wire or The Knot. Those are two very reputable wedding platforms, and they're reputable, they've been around for a while, and they're expensive to advertise in there. So if someone is advertising there, it gives you some type of confirmation and peace of mind and security that A, they've been doing this for a really long time, they are serious about their work, their job, and also you will be able to see all the reviews that they have. It also means that they don't do just little small weddings, and most likely they're not just doing it as a side gig, right? I personally prefer to work with wedding vendors who only do weddings for a living. That means I don't like to hire people who have a 9-to-5 job, they work at a bank or an office, and then in their free time or in their weekends, they do weddings. I personally don't like that. I prefer to hire a professional who does this for a living. And the reason for it is because someone who does this for a living takes it seriously, does research, spends time, and gives you full dedication. And this is true for photographers, videographers, hair and makeup artists, wedding officiants for sure. Other platforms that you have to find an officiant are other places like Gigmasters and Thumbtag. Those places will not give you as good quality officiants as the other two. And this is a fact. And you will see that people who advertise on Thumbtack and Gigs Masters are more of a amateur side gig type of wedding officiant. My advice when picking an officiant would be to use your gut, use your intuition, and I'm a meditation teacher, and I would always recommend taking a step back, closing your eyes, take a deep breath, and try to pick this really pivotal, important person. I think it's the most important vendor in your wedding. The wedding officiant, sets the tone for the rest of your married life. This is it. This is the opening act. This is the first thing that happens in your wedding. So you invited everybody that you know, everybody's celebrating with you, everybody's happy for you, they show up, everybody's looking fabulous, you're walking down the aisle, and if you hire some dude that's gonna put everyone to sleep, this in general are not people that are professional wedding officiants. They usually do it on the side, and their prices reflect that as well. You will find that they are a lot more affordable than the ones that you will find in Wedding Wire. Ultimately, you have to ask yourself this question: how important is the ceremony to you, for you? For me, when I got married, my ceremony was super important, very, very, very important. And I wanted the right person. I would interview some officiants. I want everything to be right. If the guy is blah, 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 we're here to blah, 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 ay, please. Even so, whatever you do, it will always be better than a city hall wedding. I just want to say that. But so when you pick your officiant, first of all, I would always say, don't be cheap. You really pay for what you pay for what you get. You get what you pay for, and it's true. You get what you pay for. I work with other officiants in my business. I hire them all the time, and I watch them. I observe, and I tell you, I already know the seasoned ones, the ones who've been doing this for a really long time, and they have a command of the audience, of the room. They really make the couple connect. They connect with the couple, the way they say their words, the words that they express, they sound so sincere and so unique. And maybe they are, maybe they aren't. 99% of the times, the words will not be new words. Maybe they use your ceremony 100 times before you. Who cares? The important thing is that when they are in front of you and they're with you and with your loved ones, it sounds new, it sounds fresh, and it sounds authentic and heartfelt. And a really good officiant will do that. And I'm speaking from experience because I've done the same ceremony basically more or less for 10 years, and yet when I am in front of a couple and the couple is truly in love and I connect with them and I feed off of their emotions and their love, and it is just fantastic. I know what I'm saying, but the way I say it, it comes with that charge of emotion that it's emanating from them. So I am just a conduit, right? I am a channeler for that love that is palpable, and that is a great officiant. And those usually are not very cheap. That's what I'm getting at. So my advice is to hire a professional officiant that you had a chance to research. If you go to any of these platforms, anybody who's been doing this for more than a couple of years will have lots of videos, lots of reviews, testimonials, lots of things for you to figure out if they're right for you or not. Lots of stuff for you to figure out their style, the way they conduct their businesses, how professional they are, how punctual they are, how they come dressed, etc., etc., etc. So, you know, now with internet, there's really no reason why you should have any surprises. Okay, so that's one. And number two, you do want to have a Skype meeting with them. I always recommend that. I like that, and I'm surprised. Very often, I'm surprised that couples don't take me up on that. They don't schedule a video meeting. I don't know why, but they don't. And we just talk on the phone, or they hire me online, and that's it. That's fine. But I think seeing each other is important. It's part of it. And it's in your best interest, so you know the person that's coming. So when you hire an officiant, make sure that you're on the same page. You tell them how you want them to be dressed. If there's a female, make sure. I like to ask my officiants to wear solid colors: black, blue, or brown. Nothing colorful, nothing with flowers. Nothing that can potentially clash with the wedding party, the bridal party, the mother of the bride, or the bride. You know, I have one of my officiants always tends to wear a white shawl or a white sweater. Why do you wear white? Why? Of all the colors, why would you pick to wear white? It bothers me. But that's me. You know you decide. You figure out what works for you, but those are all things that you have to think about. So when you're hiring your officiant, depending on what kind of wedding you have, I mean, if you're getting married in your apartment with 3 or 4 friends, I guess it doesn't matter, it's no big deal. But if you're having a proper wedding at a reception hall or a garden or something like that, and you want, I mean, everybody's going to be in the photos, they're going to be in the pictures, so they have to look the part. So that's something I learned with time and with the years. And, I've hired a lot of officiants for my wedding packages. And, I've gotten surprises. They show up and, So those are some of the things to keep in mind